Hi everyone, Kevin here from Northwestern Models. This is a bit of a different video. It follows on from what happened last weekend, because a lot of people have actually asked me, well, okay, what makes a good show for you as a trader? So I've put together a list of 10 things that for me are basic level and entry level kind of things that pretty much every model railway show needs to take on board or needs to be able to provide. So kicking off, point number one, a warm welcome. A nice cheery hello, how are you doing, is always welcome, isn't it? I want you to give me a nice cheery hello, and then some quick follow-up questions and information along the way. So I want you to tell or to show me where I'm going to be for the weekend. I need to know where can I get a brew. Important thing, I need to know where to get a brew and where the toilets are. Vital stuff, need to know where they are. And I want you to ask me, do you need a hand unloading, Kevin? Do you need a hand? I can get a steward to come and help you, give you a hand, no problem. Can I get you anything? Do you want a brew? I can go and grab you a cup of tea if you want one. Chances are I'll be okay. But it's really nice to be asked those questions. Do you need a hand unloading? Can I get you anything? Provide me with the information. You just remember, you are the host. You're the host, so make sure that you're a good one. Okay, point number 2. A really good, well-presented welcome pack. Now, every model show has a welcome pack for exhibitors and for traders. I like a good welcome pack. It may seem trivial, but it should have the following things in there. It should be a stand number, a trader badge or a wristband, if you want that kind of thing. I want a bin bag. If I'm going to be making a bit of rubbish, I want somewhere to put it in the bin. I want a nicely well-presented welcome letter of thanks. Saying, with all the relevant information, such as where the exhibitor's brew room, the toilets are located, what the fire drill and first aid procedures are, and where possible any Wi-Fi information. As a trader, Wi-Fi is vital for taking card payments, it makes life easier. But I want that welcoming letter and information to be in there to go, thanks very much, really appreciate it, hope you have a good weekend, here's all the information that you need. It's basic stuff. It doesn't take much to do, but it's basic stuff that makes you feel, right, okay, someone's taken some time, they've thought about this, how we can make it easy for everyone, because all the information is on a couple of pages that they can read through. It's there, nice and easy for them. Right. Point number 3, a good venue. Now, this is always a good thing for any model show. It needs to be easy to find, clean and presentable, with good lighting, heating if needed. Winter's coming, and just good general facilities need to be there. Ideally, a reasonable exhibitors parking area that, if needs be, is well managed by some club stewards. Get them out there so they can actually help by providing the information, as well as to assist with where to unload or load up, etc. Try and make it as easy as possible for everyone. Because don't forget, not everyone has been to your show. They don't know the venue, so they won't know necessarily where to go. Make it easy. It's a bit of common sense. Okay, it might be a bit difficult to do if you're a small club, but just getting one person out there in the car park to direct people, say, look, you need to park over there, right, unload here, once you've unloaded, go and park over there. Makes life a bit easier. Just people are there to help and provide that information, rather than just leaving us thinking, where do I go? What's going on? What am I doing? Nobody wants that stress at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning when you've got to unload, get the stand set up, ready for the doors to open at 10. Let's make it easy for everyone. Right. Point number 4. Check-ins with the exhibition manager. I like to see exhibition managers at least twice a day, and if not by an exhibition manager, at least a club steward or a couple of club stewards, because I want you to check in with me. This is a big one. This is really important to me, this. I want you to check in with me. I want you to see how I'm doing. How you could help me. Do I need anything? Do I need a cup of tea? Do I need to nip to the loo? Talk to me and get feedback. Don't just forget about me. I want you to make an effort to look after me and make me feel appreciated and welcome. Goodwill goes a very long way, and especially as I'm paying you to be there. Look after me. Make it good for me. Okay, point number 5. Positioning in the exhibition hall. Okay, this is very much down to the discretion of the exhibition manager. Fair enough, but you guys, you know what I sell. You know what I sell because you've seen me at other shows. Therefore, you know that I need a slightly higher traffic area than perhaps if I was selling locomotives, because I'm on pocket money priced items. So, granted, this isn't always possible, and there's no complaints on that. But if there is only one hall, generally it's a lot easier because the flow is all fixed to one room. But if there's several rooms or different halls, try and think about where your traders go and where they need to be positioned on the kind of items that they sell. Because by doing that, it does make a great deal of difference to every single trader. Okay, a lot of people love to be, by the door, but that isn't always possible. We know that, I know that, and I don't mind being in the middle of a room somewhere, but as long as there's enough flow and action for people to be drawn to that area, layout wise or other traders to bring them across to that area. Don't just sort of put us in the middle of nowhere with nothing to drive people to us. It makes, so thinking about where to position your different traders is really important, and it helps every trader out, no matter what they're selling. Right, item number 6 is the promotion of the event. Okay, if I'm going to your show, I'll do my bit to help promote it, to get people to come along. So I'll have some leaflets off you, I'll get them in online orders that go out, I'll get them into the bags that I give to other customers at other shows. I will help promote your show as best as I can. However, I also want you guys as a club to make a big effort too. So get loads of leaflets printed really early and get them distributed to your traders and to other local clubs to get get yourself to other shows to promote it. Spread it out online as much as possible. Put in the effort to get people through the door, because the more people come through the door, the better it is for everybody. Not just the traders, but you as the club as well. Everybody's happy. Layout owners like to see people in front of their layouts over the weekend. They don't want to just be sat there playing trains to nobody. We want to see people turn up to the show. So the more you can promote it for the longer, the better it is. Okay, number 7. Now this is a bit of an issue-y type one at the moment, but it's the pricing of the stand fee. Okay, just make sure it's appropriate. It's an appropriate amount for your expected visitor numbers and their potential spend. Also make sure that it's actually the same for all traders, no matter who they are. That is important. There are rumours that some shows are charging more for people in other halls at the same show, even with the same amount of stand space. I'm sorry, but that is ethically and morally wrong, and I do not like that. So make sure it's the same for all traders, so everybody is treated equally and fairly. At the end of the day, we are there to make money, of course, but just be realistic with your stand fees. If they are way too high, with not enough footfall or spend, we're not going to be coming back. Yes, there will be times when footfall and visitor spend will be out of everybody's control, such as if the weather, goes blazing hot, or if there's suddenly 6 foot of snow outside. That's okay. That kind of stuff happens, but just don't overprice yourselves, because it's just not right. If you also are charging for table and chair hire, do keep it separate. Don't try and include it in the stand fee. Keep it separate so that those like myself who have my own tables and chair, I don't then get stung for a fee when I'm not going to be using it. So I don't want to be paying that. If I'm not hiring tables off you, I don't want to be paying to hire tables because I'm not hiring them. It doesn't make any sense. So there's that. And then just a little thing on to finish this one off is just make sure you stick to when you're going to collect the stand rent. If you say we're going to collect it Sunday morning in your briefing notes that you've sent to us all, do come and collect it Sunday morning. Don't come on Saturday afternoon. It doesn't really matter, but it's just a bit annoying. I'm expecting you to come on Sunday morning for the stand fee. I don't expect you to go on Saturday afternoon and say, oh, can I have your stand fee? Well, hang on, it's supposed to be tomorrow morning. It does get a little bit annoying when that does happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but on occasions you just think, come on, let's think about it properly. Right, moving on to point number 8 is, of course, Sunday afternoon. So on Sunday afternoon, I want to spend time with the exhibition manager. Just a few minutes, just 5 minutes or so, and that's to receive and provide feedback on what's hopefully been a really good show for everybody. And of course I want you as an exhibition manager to ask me if I want to come back to your show next year. This small act to me is vital, as it provides direct feedback, and it can build a nice strong relationship between me as a trader and you guys as the club. Because we can then swap ideas with information and for improvements for next time if there needs to be any improvements. It's a good thing to have. So, point number 9, at the end of the show. Okay, yes, we're all tired. We all want to go home, and yes, it's going to be absolute chaos because everyone's trying to make a bid for the exits. But this is your chance as a club, to get your stewards out there. Get your club members and your club stewards out there, helping the people who need it, get them dismantling the barriers, but also out into managing the exits and the car parks for people to be able to load up and leave easier. It will always be the final bit of stress for the weekend, but the smoother you can make it happen, the much better and less stressful it is going to be for everybody. Let's try and make life as easy as possible, and as many hands on deck to help with these situations, so much the better. Right, final point 10. Now this is a really good one that I really, really like, and that is to follow up. So make sure that you come and find me at another show. Give me a stack of leaflets and see how I'm doing for the weekend. And if I've got any other thoughts on how to improve your show that I've attended a few weeks before or whatever. I may well have some ideas, or even be able to point you in the direction of another trader or a layout that I think could be really good for your show. This is a simple thing, but it's really good to me, as it shows that you care about the success of your show going forwards, and that you appreciate the traders like myself who make the effort to come to your show to help you and support you, to make your show as good as it can be. So doing that follow up is really, really good and really important to me. So, okay, so that's my basic 10. Okay, that's 10. Items. It's not extensive, it's not exhaustive, but to me, it's at least the basic levels that I would expect from anybody who's putting on a show. At the end of the day, you are the host, and I want your show to be a success for you and your club. As much as I do for myself. Sometimes I'll even do a show not because I make a load of money out of it, but because it's just been such a good, friendly show where I've been really well looked after, and the exhibition manager has taken on board suggestions on how to improve for next time, and that makes a massive difference. If you can make me feel welcome, appreciated, make sure I'm looked after and in a friendly environment, then chances are I'll come back again and again to support you. if you don't, then I'm not going to be interested in coming back. I'll end up going elsewhere, and unfortunately I won't recommend your show to other traders or layout owners because you haven't got the basics right. You get these basics right and I'll be there. I will support you as I want to support local model railway clubs. That's what I want to do. Well, I know not every single show that I do hits all those 10 points I've just mentioned. I don't expect them to hit all 10. However, some do, some don't. No one show is absolutely perfect, but pretty much every single show that I do, they're all reaching between 8 or 9 of those 10 points brilliantly. And that's why I'll go back to them again and again, because they're making the effort, they're making me feel wanted, they're making me feel appreciated, that yes, this is what I want to do. They're putting in the effort, and okay, if it's a quiet weekend, okay, it's a quiet weekend, but you've looked after me. You've got me a cup of tea when I've needed it, or even when I've not asked for one. It's like, right, here's a brew, brilliant. You've come and spoken to me. You've put me in a decent position in the hall. You've helped me unload if I needed it. You've shown me first thing, right, the toilets are down the corridor on the left, the brew room's next to it, and you can get a bacon butty in the morning. Tell me, give me this information, help me out, because the more you look after me as a good host, then I'm going to want to come back. I'm going to want to feel good about going to such and such a show. Like, oh yes, I'm looking forward to this show because it's just a good friendly show. We look after each other. There are a number of us in the northwest area that do work together. We see each other at pretty much every other show. We nearly always get banded together, but we're always looking out for each other. When we get a free, quiet bit of time, which happens at shows, we'll go and have a little wander. We'll go and see, like, how have you done today? Have you done all right? And this kind of thing, working together and networking with other, traders, other societies and groups and things, is really important. And if that is missed out because you've been put out of the way from everybody else and you've not been looked after and no one's come to really check on you or provide you with any information, then it puts you off wanting to do shows. And I don't want to do that. I want to do shows. I want to support model railway clubs, to keep them going for the future. It is getting difficult as a hobby, but we need to work together. We've got to get things working better to get more people through the door and interested in model railways and the enjoyment that this wonderful hobby can give us. So anyway, that's enough of me waffling on for today. So you guys take care, and hopefully I will see you very soon at another model show.